Hey there bros and hoes, what is up? My name is Prodigy, and today we've got some Call of Duty 4 action going down. I'm using the trusty old M48-3 sniper, and I actually have a fairly good score today. I'm not going to ruin it for you, but just stay tuned because I hit some pretty dirty shots. And typically, I don't get the greatest gameplays in the world. I'm more of a commentary-driven commentator, which basically means that I try to talk about real life kind of stuff, and I try to relate to my subscribers and help them out a little bit rather than just post up good gameplay and talk, Call of Duty strategy, which I'm not trying to hate on any commentator who does that. I feel like you need balance in the Call of Duty community now, but I just feel like there's so many people out there who are putting up good scores and just talking about strategy, so it gets repetitive after a while. And I'm trying to do something a little bit different. I'm not, being the most creative guy in the world. It's not like I'm painting the fucking Mona Lisa or something like that. But I'm just trying to mix it up a little bit. So what I like to try to do is interact with my subscribers and help them out a little bit. I'm 17 years old and I feel like I have a lot to offer. So if you haven't seen my last video, I basically asked my subscribers to message me up, hit me up with some questions or problems that they may be experiencing in real life. Alright, so let's get started here. The question of the day, I guess, comes from this guy who is wondering what he can do because his parents are fighting all the time and he feels like it's his problem. And I've been in this situation before and I can tell you that it does not feel very good. But when I was growing up, I thought that if I got really good grades and that if I had a really good childhood and I had lots of friends, that somehow my parents would be so proud of me that they would kind of forget that they hated each other. I don't really know my reasoning behind this, but I somehow thought that, and I tried so hard to just live such a good childhood. I was like, yeah, bringing home A+s every day, and I was like, yeah, look at this, yeah, and I thought that that would make them really happy, and that was not the case. My parents were actually in some financial difficulties. It's not like we were poor, but we were trying to live our lives like we were kind of luxury high rollers. We would go on vacation, once a year to like the Caribbean or something like that, and we would just spend money that we didn't really have, and then that's why my parents would fight, because they were just finding out that they were getting into debt. So that was out of my control. I can't really do anything about that. And I've watched shows before where kids think that if they're really bad, that their parents will get distracted from fighting with each other because they'll be so focused on their kid having problems, and that's not the case either. You're gonna find that more often than not, distracting your parents from their own problems might temporarily solve it, but in the end they're still gonna fight. They're still gonna get divorced if they're going to get divorced. It's really out of your control, and this is sad because in society nowadays you're finding out that I think it's something like over 50% of marriages actually end in divorce, and it's so sad to see this statistic because this means that about 50% of kids nowadays are actually left with living with only one parent. And you'll find that my parents aren't actually divorced, so I don't really know what it feels like, but I do have friends who have divorced parents, and they go through some rough times. And one of my friends actually went through like a little depression period, and this leads into a whole different topic, which would be depression, which there's two types of depression. There's the depression where it's actually a chemical imbalance in your brain, which means that you have lower serotonin levels, and that's completely out of your control. It's just something that you're born with, and with proper medication you can actually be treated and still live a normal life. And then there's the depression, which comes from you having a certain trauma or bad experiences, which leads you to become depressed. And the best thing that a human can have is it depends on your resilience, which means your ability to bounce back from, bad situations. I'm not really an expert on this topic, but I've taken some, health classes and stuff, so I do know a little bit about this. Anyways, I'm kind of straying away from the main topic here, but this commentary is just about done, so I will make this quick. The bottom line is, don't let your parents' problems be your problems. Just live your life the way that you would normally live your life. And that's it, guys. That's the bottom line. Anyways, I'm Prodigy. If you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to leave a message, and I will be more than happy to do a commentary on this kind of stuff. I will be doing many more commentaries just like this one, and if you enjoy these kind of commentaries, then don't hesitate to subscribe to me. I'm out, guys. Peace out.